Today we'll be reacting to Black Men Do Not Belong in Real Pill Space. Video by Antonio Talks. It's been a while since we have reacted to Antonio, but he's been doing very well for himself. So, let's check out the video. Let's see how it goes.
In my videos, I always speak very positive of my black women. So with this being the case, I get comments all the time of people telling me I'm pandering to black women. What I've realized is that a lot of men online are red pilled. And with red pill and the ideology of it, it's very white supremacy based. And the thing about me is, bro, you can go online anywhere and just see so much negativity about black people, but black women in specific. And yes, don't get me wrong, black women have their problems such as every other group. I just tend to talk about the positive. You can go watch anybody else talk about the negative, all right? Back in the 60s, Malcolm X even said this: black women are the most least protected group in America. And that's
very true.
Perfect.
Wrong sound, but unfortunately that's very true. And there's so many reasons why, apart from black being one of the most, should I say, attacked or targeted races, being a woman, being black as well, kind of adds two things. It's now the gender and the race. So unfortunately, yes, very true.
Still applies 50, 60 years later, bro. And recently I talked about black women in my Sexy Red video. And even though I was speaking in highly regards towards them and in positive aspects, I had so many comments of just people bashing black women. And I don't want to bring that type of energy here, okay? I just got to find a way of...
Let's keep that energy away, sincerely. Let's keep that energy away, because no disrespect to any black women in this comment section or in these videos, we don't do that here.
Criticizing them without bringing in that negativity. Now, to get back on topic, today we're going to be talking about the red pill space. And specifically, if you're a young black man, these spaces are not for us. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling y'all that, but just look at all of the black people you know that are red pilled. And even just race aside, some of the biggest people in the red pill space, Myron Gaines, Andrew Tate, what do they have to show for their...
They have absolutely nothing. Nothing. Right? Don't let those guys make you think that making a lot of money, they're doing well for themselves. They don't have any girlfriends, they don't have any wives, they don't have any kids. They might have money, but they're making money in crazy ways. Like, it's not a role model that you want your son to look up to, or whoever you know to look up to be honest, at this point. Let's keep going.
Red pillness. They don't have a loving family, don't have a wife. What is this advice doing for y'all? It seems like it's just getting y'all money, but it's not reflecting into your real world. Myron Gaines is like a prime example. I think he got his first girlfriend at like 35, and then she ended up leaving him for a construction worker. So it's like, this shit is, clearly they're grifting off a young man. But no more talking, let's get into it.
You start out, you're just like, hey, we just want to be better with dating. We just want better social skills, right? And then before you know it, you're talking about like women are dogs and you need to train them. When I was...
Women are dogs.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
This is what I mean. Like, the more you watch it, you start noticing that it's like these guys are trying to teach you how to hate women, not to love them, which is crazy to think about.
17, I fell down the red pill pipeline, and I managed to get myself out about 5 years later. The term red pill comes from the movie The Matrix. So it's basically saying that you have a truth or knowledge no one else seems to have. They would say that society is gynocentric, which means that society caters to women.
All right, that's bullshit. I mean, white women really don't have an input. Yes, they birthed the white men that run the world or the country, but it's very catered to men, especially white men.
100%.
20% of guys. And this isn't true. I would say at 17, I was socially awkward, very introverted. I felt I was ugly in high school. So I went on YouTube and looked up tips regarding dating and women. It eventually led me down this deep, dark hole. It was able to kind of take the weight of blame off of myself. Like, actually...
Also, why I feel that we don't want to talk about it a lot, but when you have a problem, right, the best thing to do is just to talk to somebody. Now, I know what you're saying is, oh, you're alone or something, but if you ask me, the best thing to do is to talk to somebody, and somebody reliable. So just talk to one person, talk to multiple people, and kind of gather like the idea of it. If you don't look good, if you don't have socially awkward, I do understand it's harder for you to talk to people, but that's what family is for. Now, you don't have family, you still have to have somebody close to you. Going to social media to look for, I don't know, for what you're looking for, not the best advice. Trust me on this. You might not, except you know what you're looking for and you will know how it works. Sometimes it leads you to the wrong people or things.
women are the ones in control. You're actually the victim in this situation. It's a very appealing thing to be the victim. I didn't view it as like, I've got to put them down type of thing. Like it was saying that, hey, we understand why you feel bad. If you just learn what we have to give you, you'll be the one winning.
Yeah, and this is how a lot of people are reeled in. I remember back in like 2022, I was around 21 years old, and I came across an Andrew Tate video, and what he was saying was resonate with me. It was like he was just
Same.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, so with Andrew Tate, I remember the first video I saw of Andrew Tate. No, I did not resonate with it. It was the one where he was, I think, saying something about, I can't remember if he was defending himself against a woman or how he chose a woman. Basically, he was not that one. But there were certain advices he gave that resonated with me. For example, I don't vape, right? And him saying he doesn't vape too, that was like me being like, oh, cool. Like this guy and I were similar and he gives good advice. I know vaping wasn't good. So I thought that was why I could resonate with him. The more I listened to him, the more nonsense he spouts, the more I realized, yeah, this guy is not good news.
talking about like keeping up with yourself and just, you know, trying to be a quote unquote real man. And then like as the days went on, I just kept seeing more and more of his content. And I was like, okay, it low key seems like he's anti-women or some shit. Like I remember I posted a little TikTok video talking about it, and when I did, it was a lot of males coming in though, like, no, bro, you're a simp.
And like that's another thing I've noticed, right? There's certain guys you talk about that women will never defend them. Women won't, but the majority of men, it be looking very sauce. I will insult certain guys like Drake, Andrew Tate, Myron, and I'm seeing only men coming up to me being like, why do you hate them? That's very strange. Now you're defending this guy is very strange.
I ended up deleting the video because I was like, damn, maybe I'm wrong. But just looking back, bro, I was right about this shit, bro. And if you feel something in your gut, don't let nobody change your opinion. And no one's going to think the same way as you.
Facts.
That's what I'm starting to realize now. Like, if everybody agrees with you, you fake, my nigga.
You know,
Facts. I agree with that. Not that, like, you should at least have different opinions, or people should at least say something is wrong, because not everybody likes to agree that everything, especially like good things, right? Like, especially when you're posting on social media, the internet is going to make you realize quickly, like, yep, I might be saying something right, but no one wants to hear it. The truth is harsh.
but you're commenting, you're reading more of it, but at the same time, you're distrustful of the women around you. You're distrustful of people around you.
And that's the
because
thing.
you
It's like, I don't understand how these red pill people can just talk so vile of women. Like, don't y'all have sisters that don't act the way that you're saying women act? Or don't y'all have mothers that...
Personally, I am so grateful for my sisters. I am so grateful for my mom, aunties, all, because for the guys that grew up without their moms and their sisters, and unfortunately, like, sorry about that, because you're missing out. And even if you are not growing up with them, there's so many people you can make friends with, there are many girls you can make friends with. Making friends with women, rather than, you know, trying to do the sexual, lustful things with them, will put you in a more better position to understand how to get a good girlfriend or a good wife. Just because most women will give you good advice and most women want the best for you. So, you know, if you have a good woman friend or girlfriend or friend that is a girl, they will lead you to a good path, except that person is toxic. Not all of them is 100%, but they don't mean bad for you. It's when they care about you.
don't act the way that women say they... Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
think they don't know what you know. It just degrades your own mental health. You start, without even realizing it, isolating yourself. I actually felt really embarrassed if people caught me, which kind of is a telltale sign that's probably you should be watching it. I first started questioning my beliefs.
Facts.
I went through a breakup. Me and a friend of mine, we went to a cabin party. I started crying in front of one of the girls who liked it. This girl responded rather with like shame and disgust that the red pill told me that they would react. She was actually like really kind about it, and that kind of made me think.
That's another thing about this content. They will tell you things about women, but you never going out to find out yourself. You'll be thinking the same thing. That's like me telling you every black person is evil, but you never met one black person that did anything evil to you. It's like, but because I told you, you will start thinking every black person is actually evil. This is why I'm saying again, sometimes, you know, it's good to hear what people have to say, but sometimes the best, when I say it's the best teacher, it's experience. You got to go out there and find out yourself and see what's actually happening.
what if I'm wrong?
Yes.
And then afterwards, I was bar hopping with a group of guys, and a few of them were red pilled. It was the first time actually meeting other red pill guys, and I could just kind of see how bitter and angry they were. There was this one guy, and he was trying to do pickup techniques. It was obvious that the girls weren't liking it at all, but he kept getting more and more aggressive. I'm like, is this how I see the world? And it kind of disgusted me. I say it's compared to...
You know what is so funny? I consider myself somebody that is able to talk to women. Most times what women appreciate is you understanding when they want to be spoken to and when they don't want to be spoken to. It's very easy to tell. When you come up to somebody and you ask them certain questions, hey, how you doing? What's your name? This and that. The interest of the person, if the person wants to talk to you, they'll talk to you. They'll also ask questions back. They'll answer a question. If the person doesn't show that interest that they want to talk to you, it's completely fine and okay for you to say, that's cool. Hope you have a good day. And if they don't even want to, just, as a guy, even if they don't answer you, just walk away. Don't aggressively try it. Because again, the idea of you thinking you could pick up every girl is not logical. Let's be sincere. And speaking about this reminds me of a story of how I think I was in a similar situation where I was with a stranger. I don't know him. But we meet at an arcade and he tries to tell me, hey, let's talk to women, right? I remember being like, okay, yeah, let's go. And it was very obvious he couldn't talk to women. And I looked at this guy and I remember what made it more interesting was I could talk to a girl because of what her program was in school and I knew about the program. So now it's not like I'm talking about her, I'm talking about a program, which is also a good way to have conversation with people. While I'm having this conversation with her, there's no flirty, I just want to know about the program, I just want to know about school. The guy gets mad and he's obviously saying stuff like, oh, let's just go. And he's mad now that I'm able to keep the conversation going with her and he can't keep the conversation going with somebody else. And the thing that pisses him off is like, he obviously is trying his hardest to kind of end the conversation with me and her. And here's another thing too, that girls will see two guys walk up to them and assume these two guys know each other. So when one guy is misbehaving and the other guy is acting right, they will ask that question of, you that's acting right, don't you see how he's behaving? And then associate the both of you. So basically, they had to leave because they didn't feel comfortable talking to that guy. I completely understood. So I had to be like, okay, cool, no problem. And then have the conversation with this dude being like, hey, you can't be doing like that with women. This is how you learn.
To a cult, they don't like outsiders, they don't like outside thought. A lot of the comments started also sounding the same too. There was no original thought. There's a lot of, you guys make me feel like I'm at home, complaining about women, reappeal the 19th.
I mean no disrespect when I say this, but these red pill niggas gay. That's all I could think of.
100%.
Perfect.
100%.
They hate women so much. They don't like them to talk, don't like them to speak. They don't want to be around them. Are y'all gay? And there's nothing wrong with that, but just live your truth. Stop trying to put on this macho man, I'm hard aspect. When you don't like women, you gay as hell. Like, who talk like this? Like, what the? I don't know about you, bro, but I would rather be around women than men all day. They need to go to jail or something. They would love jail. Hell yeah.
I won't agree with that statement. I would rather be with intelligent women and men, or people that know about these things, rather than be with people that struggle to listen or understand these things. And most times what you realize is when you try and do these things, you start realizing how few people actually are intelligent emotionally and understand these things like very well, or have good relationships with themselves. Let me just say it like that.
Amendment that allows women to vote. There was a lot of rage. I have a mom, I have women friends, so it would be kind of like, I don't want to take away their rights. And then over time, they got really disgusting. I don't feel comfortable saying some of the other stuff I saw, just vile, misogynistic comments. That was another thing that helped me realize my beliefs in the red pill were wrong. When I first started to decide to actively stop watching red pill content, it was like flooding my feed. I would just click not interested. But regardless, they just kept appearing over and over. So yeah, it took me roughly about a year. I'm on ex-red pill forums to help other people out like I would have helped me out. Helping others too is kind of maybe a way of like rectifying it. So something I wish that someone would told me when I was in the red pill, not everyone who tells you that you're right is your friend. I feel like content creators in the red pill, they don't believe sincerely what they say, and they're only saying it to get money and time out of you. Feminism is not bad. It's required in today's
takes a genuine content creator to actually tell you truths about certain things. Most of them are trying to make money. Most of them are just pushing out. It's why these red pill contents, these creators are actually making money off the men that watch them based on the digital products that they sell, books or whatever, videos that they sell, stuff like that. Just the idea of making these men believe that they can get women and this men will pay them. So they make them feel good by believing. And if they don't get women, they still come back to them. It's like, I know the problem is you can't get a woman, so you come back to me. And I'll still make sure you can get a woman, so you keep coming back to me. It's crazy what world we live in.
Society. Also, men and women have different preferences, and sometimes you won't meet them. That's nothing personal. I think community is the solution for this. The isolation and self-involved nature of these is what's leading people down these rabbit holes. There are still lots of men, especially young men, who are being introduced to these philosophies. And if I can avoid anyone from feeling the loneliness and rage and isolation I felt when I was that young, that's a win.
Big shout out to this dude right here for being able to come online and explain his truth. You know, he found out he was wrong. And at the age of 17, bro, you're very susceptible to these type of tactics that these red pill influencers throw at you. You may feel ugly, you may feel like women reject you at higher rates, and instead of actually doing the internal work, it's easier to just put the blame on women. It's their problem. Like I just keep stating, bro, most of these red pill influencers, for one, if they are married, they don't do any of the advice that they're taking. For two, they not married. They don't have a loving family. They don't have kids. They don't have a wife. So it's like, why are you listening?
Why are you listening? To be honest,
and old when you know what I'm saying. But hey,
more and more women are reporting that as their partners watch more red pill content, they start reporting the changes that the men in their relationship are going through. One woman broke up with her man the minute he started watching Fresh and Fit. One of the women.
Are we even surprised? Fresh and Fit? In this time and age, you're still watching Fresh and Fit? And you gay.
In this article says that her boyfriend fell deep into the red pill stuff, watching Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, MGTOW content. And eventually he ghosted her, and she wondered what the hell's going on. And he said he was using something called dread game, just something in red pill spaces, which means you want to make the woman chase you. And it's more emotional manipulation than it is.
It is emotional manipulation. I always would express, if you love a woman, just tell her you love her, just tell her you care for her, show her, let your actions speak. And now, if it's a case of she's not interested, that's when you can give her the space. But don't give her space because you want her to be attracted to you. You give her space when you understand that, okay, this is not the right time, this is not the right place, and then you accept it. Now, I'm not saying you have to. It's more of like a respect thing. If she's not interested, she's not interested. Don't start putting yourself in a position where you're making her uncomfortable too.
Is anything else. It's not attractive. If anything, it's the reason he doesn't have a relationship anymore. These women are saying things like, I don't recognize the man anymore after he started watching this stuff. There are countless stories of this. I posted about it before. But what's unfortunate about red pill manosphere content is it's no longer just for the youth. It's no longer just for kids who were locked down in COVID and were just watching YouTube. There are married men who are falling for this. It's insane to me. You would throw your own relationship away because you're following the words of a man who probably isn't in a relationship.
Random man.
Facts.
Andrew Tate, they are not in relationships. They don't know how to keep women happy. Thus, they try to make other men unhappy with them. And I've also posted in the past that Canadian lawyers are also seeing a wave of divorces, claiming that the men that they were with started watching red pill content and the relationship went to hell. So look out for the signs that your man is falling for this. Probably a telltale sign that the relationship is going to end unless you can snap them out of it. There are women in my comments who have said that their partner started watching it after the woman realized this. She had a talk with them and they ended up being able to pull it out. But it becomes something where you almost have to deprogram these men once they start going down this path. There are article after article of women who are finding that red pill is ruining their relationship, and this is just another example of it.
So my thing is, bro, a lot of these red pill guys feel like they have woken up. You know, they taking the red pill. They can see things for what they are. You're still having that sheep mentality. You're still following someone. This isn't like a thought that they just consciously gain like out of nowhere. No, this is something that they're seeing on the screen and following. So it's like you're not so special. You're still a sheep. You know what I'm saying? Just following a different path. And just
I mean, that's the thing though. Weak minds are easier to tell. You know, when you don't question something, yes, you have a weak mind. Like when people tell you stuff, when people tell you to do stuff and you don't question things like in a proper way, like, okay, for example, a millionaire is asking you how to become a millionaire. Do you ever ask yourself, why is this millionaire trying to teach others how to be rich? Because let's be honest, if you had money, you don't want everyone else to have money because you understand something. Let's keep going.
The fact that it's married men watching this content, clearly y'all not happy, or maybe y'all need hobbies. I don't know. Just leave. Like I don't.
The so-called red pill movement was originally about waking up from societal illusions, waking up from the matrix. But somehow it got hijacked into a hyper-masculine, misogynistic ideology. And unfortunately for many black men, it became a very real reaction to a very real pain. The pain of fatherlessness, the pain of betrayal, the pain of systemic emasculation, social invisibility, and economic struggle. See, but the thing is, instead of healing that pain, the red pill movement weaponized it. It took vulnerability and turned it into venom, especially towards black women. See, the thing is, the red pill movement tells black men, don't be a simp. High value men don't chase women. Women are hypergamous and can't be trusted. Never prioritize a woman.
Why does it matter who chases who? In a case of chasing, men are known as chasers. Men are known as hunters. We are literally known as the gender that if we want something, we go and get it. Now, is that saying women can't chase? No. Is that saying men shouldn't chase? No. All it's saying is it's a natural thing for a man to go for what he wants. It's a natural thing also for a woman to go for what she wants. A woman's way of going for what she wants is different from the way a man will go from it. Now, being a simp, being a high value man, it's okay. The only time you shouldn't be a simp is when you're not wanted. But if a woman wants your attention, if a woman wants your support, if a woman wants that emotional connection, you are not being a simp, you're being a lover. You're only being a simp when it's not welcomed. And if you ask me, the simp talk is just to discourage men from actually being in relationships. Because if a man is buying his girlfriend a car or flowers or giving her money, other men will say you're a simp. I bet you those men are single. You don't listen to single men when you're in a relationship. In fact, why are you listening to anybody even when you're in a relationship? The only people you should listen to are people that you value. Not a single guy that... What is it going to give it? What's it going to give to you? Let's keep going.
Money, grind, and stay cold. That's what the red pill movement teaches men. It reduces relationships to power games, a war of leverage, not love. And more specifically for black men, the message becomes, oh, you don't owe black women nothing. She didn't support you. She didn't love you.
Yes.
Why are you protecting her?
Yes.
But the thing is...
Yes, bro. It just creates division within the black community. Like, that's why I say red pill is anti-black. Because the whole loud, angry trope is particularly towards black women. And the reason that black women are like that, like I say all the time, stems back to slavery. Black women have always had to be strong. You get what I'm saying? Let me just give you an analogy. I explain this all the time, but it was something called book breaking. And what they used to do, or that's one example, but this was just one way that the slave masters used to demasculate the man in front of everybody. So he used to take a man in front of his family, his wife, kids.
I know about this. This is pretty bad. But this is pretty bad. But everybody needs to know.
You know what I'm saying? Break him. Pause, by the way. He used to goddamn, do what he do, grape him, okay? And this completely demasculates the man. Like, just imagine someone taking away that vulnerability in front of everyone to see. The woman just inherently is going to feel like you can't protect her because if he steps out of line, he's going to do that again. Now, this is another way that they did it. Let's take black men that were black slaves in general that were very rebellious. They used to really want to set an example. This is just one barbaric torture they used to do. They used to do many crazy things as well. But they used to say you're very problematic, and they want to set an example so other slaves stop doing this. They take a very problematic slave, get everyone, all the slaves, the mother, the wife, all the kids. If you had kids, take everyone and sit them right here. They get the slave. First off, what they do is they strip him naked. Okay. Secondly, they tar and feather him. They then set him on fire. Then they set him up in the tree. They attach 2 horses, one to the left leg, one to the right leg. Whip the horse. Boom. Imagine a mother sees that,
Whoa. I didn't know about that. That's actually new to me.
A woman sees that. And just think about the woman seeing that. And all the other black slaves that see this, they thinking to themselves like, I can't step out of line against massa. I ain't trying to get killed. I ain't trying to leave my family. And it's like, this is where that disconnect comes in. So this red pill thing, it's like, instead of going under that armor and seeing why the women are the way they are, it's just, nah, black women loud and angry. Let's go to white women.
That narrative is bullshit. And that framing is not only toxic, it's historically inverted. Because before the programming of white supremacy and gender wars, black love was sacred. Black men protected black women, not out of submission, but out of duty. Black women stood beside black men during every form of oppression, from slavery to Jim Crow to mass incarceration and beyond. So when you realize that and you recognize that, you will quickly realize that this idea of loving a black woman being a weakness is a lie. That lie was planted to divide the pillars of the black family. There's a saying, if you can convince a man that love is weakness, you can make him into a weapon instead of a healer.
Big shout out to everybody in this video, man. I'm gonna have all of the links in the description. I really love the video at the end though, man. That brother was spitting and he broke it down perfectly. That's why I love that I made these channels, because I learned so much. I say this.
Man, this was a very, very educative video. Man, I can't explain how much I learn so much whenever I watch Antonio Speaks. Whenever Antonio speaks, you know, we'll try and react. Sipsy will react. And this was a very lovely video. You guys share this video to somebody that needs to hear this video. Comment what I should react to next. Make sure you like this video. Let's also make sure you hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Okay, bye.